Hello and welcome back. In this section, I will be explaining to us what the database is all about. What is database? Database is simply a collection of related data in an organized format. Now, one thing about the database is that if you have data that you are trying to store somewhere, the database will help you arrange those data in a very good format, and you can also go back to the database system and choose to use those data that you have there in different things that you actually want to use it for. That is just the main purpose of the database system. We just use it to collect data, to store data, so that you can it can be well organized, so that whenever you want to use them again, you can choose to go back there and pick any of the data you have inside that database system. Now, for example, I'm just going to be explaining just to broaden our understanding what this database is all about. If you have your Microsoft Excel, if you have the Excel spreadsheet, if you look at the Excel spreadsheet, we have what we call columns and we have what we call rows. Now, that's just the way the database is all about. It's all about the columns and the rows. Okay. Now, for example, if you have your username as a column, username you have username as a column. Now we have in the username, we have the fields whereby the names will actually be stored in. Okay, so whenever you want to use, for example, maybe you have David inside the column, the username column. Now if you want to use the username David, you can, it's very easy for you to access that particular data that you have stored in there. So that's what this database system is all about. It's just helping us to collect data in a very organized format, so whenever we want to use them again, it can be very easy for us to pick those data that we have inside of that database system. That's just what it's all about. Now in database system, we have what we call tables. Now tables has its own unique name. Whenever you are using the database, we must create a table, and the table consists of the columns and the rows. The table consists of columns and rows. So it's inside that table that now you can begin to know how many choose how many columns that you want on that particular table, and then you choose how many columns you want there, and you start using and defining the names of the columns. So that's what that table is all about. Now in the course of this lecture, we'll be using what we call the MySQL. Okay, so MySQL is what we're going to be using. It's a database system we're going to be using in the course of this lecture. So there are a lot of database system, but SQL is very popular, and it is open source. It also has it has a good documentation. So a lot of programmers, a lot of developers actually makes use of the SQL because it's very easy to access. It's very easy to actually work with. So that's what we're going to be using in the course of this lecture. The full meaning of SQL is structured query language. So that's the full meaning of MySQL. The MY at the front of it is the daughter name of the person that invented it. So they just added it there, okay, to make it MySQL. But the full meaning is structured query language. That's what the full meaning is all about. So I'm very sure you're going to have a good understanding of what we are going to be doing in the course of these lectures. I'm going to be showing you a lot. Just stay tight and be ready for what we have, and in no time you'll have a good understanding of everything that I've said here. All right, see you in our next session, and bye for now.